Colony Foods started in 1987. Three brothers started the company: Joseph Barbagallo, Michael Barbagallo, and Paul Barbagallo. That ownership group grew to my brother Derek Barbagallo, myself, Joseph Barbagallo, and my cousin Paul Jason Barbagallo. So my grandfather, Joseph Mario Barbagallo, was what we call a jobber. What jobbers do is they drive around to different restaurants, delicatessens, grocery stores, and they take orders. And then they would drive into Boston, pick up the products from a distributor, and then proceed to deliver those goods. At the time when my grandfather was a jobber, most of the clientele were delicatessens. So Colony Foods started by selling cold cuts, cheeses, things that you would see in a deli, mostly an Italian-style deli. As time progressed, we began to see more pizzerias, more family-owned restaurants, function halls, larger grocery stores, manufacturers selling into those grocery stores, and Colony Foods' product line slowly grew. It developed from just the cold cuts to the packaging needed for those cold cuts. It developed into the frozen goods that were necessary: meatballs, hamburg patties, French fries, and onion rings. We're a New England company, so we even developed a niche for shovels and ice melt, because our customers need to keep their facilities clean and free so deliveries can come in and their customers can purchase products from them. Sub wraps, cleaning supplies, fry-o-lator oils. Everything that a restaurant would need is what we grew into. And it was all by just fitting the needs of our customer. So a customer would say to my father, my uncle, myself as a salesperson, "Can you get me this canned mushroom?" Suddenly we realized, yes, we can get you a canned mushroom, and we can sell that to our other customers who also need that canned mushroom. And that's how we've developed into almost 3,500 different SKUs or line items, such as this Caputo flour here. In 1987, when the three brothers decided to start Colony Foods, they realized quickly that to be a real distributor, they needed warehouse space to purchase product. They found a warehouse in Lawrence, Massachusetts, and started in a small 7,000 square foot wing of a warehouse that was existing. And they rented that space with the option to buy. In that 7,000 square foot space was one office where the three brothers worked out of, and they also had two other employees at the time that worked with them in the office, and three drivers. So a total of 8 employees in 1987. Eventually, the customer base grew by harboring their relationships, gaining more accounts, and honing their skills as a true independent supply company, getting better with their purchasing power. They grew, and eventually we were able to grow into a space of approximately 34,000 square feet, including freezer, refrigeration, refrigerated dock, and as well as off-site storage facility. This section here, the original wing of Colony Foods, used to be filled with assorted food products. We had 2 refrigeration units here that had pizza cheese, pepperoni, cold cuts, soups, some salads. Those 2 coolers were along this wall here, and the original office for the three brothers is way down here in the back corner. Small little box that's now gone. In that office, the three brothers, 2 employees worked until 1990, when my brother Derek graduated from college, and then he came in and filled a seat in that office as well. So I'd like to take you guys on a little tour of the facility, see what it looks like now, and let's take a look around. So the brothers, my uncles and my dad, when they got started, they were mostly doing just foods, a lot of cold cuts, a lot of cheeses, not really into the paper products. Colony Foods has evolved into a paper company as well, so I think I got my hand on mop heads right now. Basically, the products we're carrying is for fast casual, quick service, eat-in type style restaurants. The original customer base was a lot of delicatessen, but delicatessens don't really exist the way they used to. So now we see a lot of pizzerias, a lot of sandwich shops. We see a lot of sit-down, fast, family-style eateries, and the product line has sort of evolved into take care of that segment of restaurant. So you'll see now where the brothers were originally doing cheeses and cold cuts. Now you're going to see things like Rice Pilaf, or you're going to see things like Ken's, a good partner of Colony Foods, or you're going to see salt, pastas, oils. As you saw the packaging, that room we were in, the original wing, is all pizza boxes. So this is the new freezer facility here at Colony Foods. This is probably about 10 years old now. As you can see, lots of frozen products, from French fries to mozzarella sticks to meatballs to chicken fingers and chicken cutlets, frozen vegetables. I think when the brothers first got together and started Colony Foods in 1987, they had this vision of getting to this point and this size and the ability to really truly service their customers with all the appropriate products necessary to maintain a successful restaurant. You know, some of the challenges we deal with, we're not unique. We have the same issues that our customers have, that our manufacturers have. It's the variables. The variables in life are what make things difficult. So what we try to do as a company, and what we try to tell our customers to do, and what our manufacturers, partners are doing, is we try to limit our variables. So if we know that we're behaving correctly, we have the correct warehousing system, we have the correct racking, so we don't have to worry about racks or damaged product, racks falling. We have the correct refrigeration, we have the correct freezers, we have the correct trucks on the road that meet the correct standards that the government is looking for. If we're doing all those things and we're taking out as many variables as possible, then the issues that we all deal with become smaller and more manageable. When we do come through a pandemic, which no one saw coming, we're able to manage that because we know we've done the correct things, that our facilities are operating, our employees are operating, and now we just need to deal with the problems as they arise. Also, the safety of our employees is very important to us. So one of the things that we did was we always need to upgrade our lighting system. We need to make sure that our lights are efficient, bright, maintaining a clean, safe work environment. Also, this becomes an expense. And again, being a wholesaler, our margins aren't big enough to pack in and afford those expenses. So this is when we started working with Mass Save, National Grid, and Energy Source to look for measures that we could take into our own hands, as well as have assistance from these companies in lowering the costs of our necessary electric bills. So in 2020, Energy Source came in, that's 2020, and did our first major overhaul of our lighting system. Then in 2023, we had Energy Source and NRM come in and take a look at what we could do to efficientize and our refrigeration and our freezer units, to take not only just efficientize the system, but also to give us peace of mind. Even though we're a 24-hour company, we're only 5 days a week. We're not here on weekends, but our product always needs to be refrigerated, always needs to be frozen, and always needs to be kept at temperature. And the NRM system gives us that peace of mind and constantly tells us what's transpiring with the system at any given point and alerts us if there's an issue.
As you can see here, we have our state-of-the-art NRM system, which was recently installed. So not only what does this provide is giving us state-of-the-art efficiencies for the company, it also shows us exactly what is going on under this roof. As you can see, it's broken down by individual zones. So every single aspect of this company is monitored 24/7, 365 days a year. If we have any questions, we have any problems, we have a 24-hour access tech support, which helps us determine what the problems are. In addition to this, we get notifications. Not only do I get them, the owners get them, but also our refrigeration company gets them. So what it does is it prevents any problems, any questions immediately are brought to our attention, and it can be handled spot on.
You know, being a distributor, we have a responsibility to protect our customers, to protect our investment in the product, and most importantly, to protect the customers of our customers, which sometimes are my own children and my own family. So the food needs to be kept at temperature all the time, because we never want to put anyone at risk. That is a tremendous responsibility that we take very seriously. You know, when I was growing up, I never thought I wanted to be in restaurant supply. I thought I was going to follow my mother's footsteps and become a guidance counselor. What I realized after working here is that at Colony Foods is that this is a relationship business. And when I looked at my father and my uncle and what they had built over time, they still have their relationships with their customers. And that is what keeps me coming to work every day, is that I have relationships with customers and I mean something to them and they mean something to me. We're partners in business, but we're also friends. When I talk to my kids and they say, "Dad, what do you do?" I say, "I help independent restaurateurs become more profitable." You know, another motivation for coming to work is we've grown so much from that 1987 8-person operation to close to 90 people now. It takes all the effort of those 90 people to assist the business and our customers. And without those employees, Colony Foods wouldn't exist. So between the customers and the employees, those relationships are the most important. And that's what's so great about this business, is that you can enjoy the people that you're working with, and you can enjoy your customers. Colony Foods is still owned by the Barbagallo family today. We are independently owned, and we don't plan on servicing anyone other than people like ourselves, independent operators.